Coach, the players bring up the film session in the Toronto game as a turning point. From a coaching standpoint, was there another moment that comes to mind where you felt like things started to click with your team?
No, that's not really one point. I think it's just a gradual building up of confidence. Obviously, winning some close games have really helped. I love that they talk about the film session. I got it up here. We got to do another one of those because maybe we even get like another bump from that. But listen, I think the best thing when you're a really good coach is that the players take more and more responsibility, and we always talk about we want more player-led opportunities for our guys. So I think that's great that they say that.
D'Angelo after Orlando talked about his and Dinwiddie's maturity playing a factor in both of their growth this season. What else have you seen from D'Angelo specifically and his confidence in leading the team?
Yeah, much more confident of him and Spencer. That Orlando game was kind of an example of that. I felt like it was amazing on the bench. There was no panic. There was no frustration. They were just, business-like. And even though we were down 20 points, they kept, we're going to get this one and keep staying with our principles, our habits. And sure enough, they were right. And then when that's confirmed and when you get the win, then there's even more credibility to that type of spirit on in the huddle and on the bench.
I know it's obviously not the first time, but you just addressed the importance of playing on this day and how much you think it means to a lot of your players.
So I think it's a celebration. I know when I was younger, I watched games all day on MLK Day. So it's like I know it's a federal holiday, but listen, Nobel Peace Prize winner, champion of fighting racial inequality, like that's what's more important than that. So we are honored, to play on this day. I think our guys, our staff, it's an absolute honor to play on such an important day.
Kenny, I know you've always talked about how the team has emphasized the culture and building, but from day one, can you recall how you tried to formulate and enforce the style of play that you wanted from when you first got here?
Well, I knew we couldn't force feed it in one day, and I think it was just a gradual process, because I think it takes time. It takes a lot of time to build a culture, to enforce is the wrong word, to push a style of play, to get everybody to buy in. And that's not just the players. We had a lot of new staff members, so to buy into that culture. And listen, I think we're still growing. I think there's still more things we want to implement, but it was not an easy process. I would say it was a gradual process, but it's rewarding to feel like we're starting to reap the kind of fruits of our labor a little bit. I know we have a long way to go, but I feel good about the direction we're headed.
Kenny, on using Spencer and D'Lo together, when it comes to, it seems like you like to have one or the other on the court pretty much all the time. And then how do you make the decision in the fourth quarter whether you're going to go with one or the other or go with them together?
Yeah, and we've kind of done all of that, right? I think I really think it's a read on the game, like how the game's going, how well they playing, what does the other team have on the court. But I do like them together at the end of the game, because I think if you just have one of them, they kind of, the defense gangs up on one, and I think Joe is good at cutter and slasher. He's not a pick and roll player, and Rhodey is still learning. So to have two guys who can secure the ball and make good plays out of the pick and roll, because that's a lot of times at the end of the game, that's what it comes down to. But I think their synergy and their belief in each other is growing. I think that day by day.
And Coach, 5 wins in a row at home. It's been the key to turning Barclays into a tough place to play and having that mentality with your team to take care of home court.
Oh man, we're just comfortable. Obviously, we're in our comfort zone here between the fans, and we're on our routine. We have our own. We got everything. We got our weight room. Our staff has their office. You just feel comfortable when you come here. And again, I feel the momentum building with the fans. I think I hear it. I hear the rhetoric in the stands. I hear more than you think, Michael. But I think there's some real positive vibe, and man, we want to turn this place into like the place to be eventually. I know, like I said, I know we have a long way to go, but proud to be here. Especially in Brooklyn. Like this is what it's all about. Playing these home games here, important games.
Coach, you guys haven't played the Kings this season, but like your team, both teams are improved in their record in this season. So can you talk about what you may have seen on film that might make them a tough matchup for today?
It's very rare a team jumps off the video screen like their athleticism does. I think they're one of the most athletic teams in the league. They're playing at a pace rarely seen in this league. Their speed is impressive. Like you said, you feel that on film. There's sets that teams run, but I just saw a clip before, and I couldn't believe how fast, and even in slow motion, they got to the other end, and it just jumps out at you. And then just their overall talent level is impressive. I think Dave's done a heck of a job. Organizing their group, because I think they're a mature group. They're playing with a high IQ. Obviously, Fox has been huge, his improvement, but talented, young, athletic team that plays pretty hard.
Kenny, this is kind of not on today's game. It's kind of looking way down the road, but early in the season, a lot of people were talking about, well, they'd like to see the Nets tank for a draft pick and stuff, and we know the players don't like that. They want to win. But from an organizational standpoint, was it ever part of the plan to just try and win as many as you can, because that might be more attractive to free agents in the future than a losing team?
I mean, it was a simple message. Its message to me: win as many games as you can. Let's keep improving. So it wasn't even like, well, that's going to be better for free agency. There wasn't a kind of added on to that, and there was never any rhetoric about the tanking. It just wasn't. We were just going to keep improving. We're a team of, we're about development, individual development, and team development. And that was easier for me. It was a simple message. I knew what we had to do, and we all got on the same page. And I think when you go back and forth, what are we going to do? What are we not going to do? And I've seen situations like that, Greg. It's confusing, and there's not a one solid single message throughout the organization. So we had that solid message, and it's made my job a lot easier.
Kenny, if I can follow up on his question. You say you want to turn, this place into the place to be. I mean, the rest of the league is kind of looking around at what you're doing too, so it's not just with fans. I mean, it's got to help you when people are saying you have the hot team, whether it be with free agents or whatever down the road.
No, I think that's part of it. Like, hopefully, and it's really talk amongst players in this league. Like, that's a neat place to go to. They have a good culture. They take care of their players. It's a positive culture. It's a collaborative culture, and you really want players to talk about that. Like, hey, that's a place I'd love to go. Whether it's a minimum guy, a max guy, I don't think it really matters. Like, getting an Ed Davis here is like, we got him. I think because he heard good things about us. You have to ask him that. But I think Shabazz and guys like that, I think that's part of the reason they came here. And now we have to keep that ball rolling if we want to keep improving.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.